Welcome to the beginning. Did you hear me? Finally, you stood 5 seconds, now you've heard it all. What do you need to hear more? Since you heard the bullshit what's going on now, there's only going to be more. Step right into the yellow center. Lit a fire today. Actually, I didn't lit a fire. I didn't light a fire at all. I threw something into a lit fire that was smoking. It was fire there, and it was smoking. Boy, I was smoking. It was smoking. Boy, we were all smoking, eh? Why start off right into the picture? Then it would be over too soon. But the fire was orange. I have to be a scientist, but if I was a scientist, I'd probably be really scared because I come up with so many different kinds of ways to dissect the situation. If I was a scientist, I would say, oh, this is the only way, and I'd be perfect because I'd have it the scientific way. But now I have to guess halfway in, halfway out. Everybody knows when everything began, it was T for 2. Me and you. 4, 2. It also says 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 8 and 6 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. T is 20th letter in the alphabet. 2005. And then when you get bigger, you go to the next step in the 10 area, 2014. 2005 to 2014. 10. T, 20. E is 5. N is 14, 2014. Tote, which is a wager at the racetrack. 20th letter and 15th letter, 2015. T and E, 20th letter and 5th letter, 2005. When this all began, I was at the age of 41 and 7 months. In between here, 41 and the in between 7, 7th gate, because it brings the 6 in man to the 8 heaven of the 9 birth, 6, 8, 9. 6, 7, 7, 8, 9. What do you mean 7, 8, 9? That's right. You didn't do anything more but eat them and put them and spit them out in 8. Poof! 6 and 8. Now we go over here. 6 and 8. We already had the 2015, and here's the timeline: 2005, 2014. This hits on Passover is when it all began for me, and Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, I think they call it, is when it's going to end in the year 5775, 2014, 2015. Now, what's funny about 2015 is that in the center position, where the circle of life realm is called the 5 hole, in which the 1 ace pays all its attention there for the 2 worlds. And that's 2015. That's it. How do I know? Because I made it up. Isn't that the way it works? And we're only 3 minutes into the video. So I have to sit here, and I'm going to get all lost and mixed up now. I'm sitting here, I'm going to have to sit here, and I want to do a 10-minute video, but I have no idea whatsoever what to say next. So I can't think of the time and look around and see what there is to say next, and I hope I didn't lose my spot. So we did 2015, which is in the next year. And now I just want to, hold on. The question is, how do we mark 2015 in Roman numerals? Would it be M, M, V, XV? MMXV would say 2015. 26, 36, 46, 50. And in numbers, comes out to 55. And it's all about 55 because in Monopoly, every 5 from every corner is a 5, and it's the train station. 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, 1 1/4, the extra time after the 13th moon. Also falls on May 5th, and that's the day I got sick, on May 5th, 5 by 5 by 5, in the year 2005, on the 5th day. That's the way it happened. Isn't that really cool? Because on 2012, on the 21st day, for me it was like 7 years, 7 months, and 7 days, because we split between the 2 moons. And you can also fool around with the numbers. There's no rules and regulations when you begin. It's a puzzle. I'm making it all up. It doesn't exist, but when I finish, whatever that will be talked about and on will exist, and whatever's missing that we seem to need will be created within our minds, hoping to find the right number, that it does exist. You know what I'd like to do to her? What should we do? What should we do? You look at her, she's cute, okay? You wash her! Of course, keep her shiny and clean. So wash her. But when it's for a male, all of a sudden it becomes out of the Bible, because it's for him. H-Y-M. You know the hymn in the Bible, right? Funny. Well, listen, when we get to the 3 days of darkness, and you're huffing and puffing like, is it going to come back? What happened? Is it true? Did the government shut it down? Partly. They can partly shut down everything. It's not that hard. They call it injunction. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? Anyways, on to the next thing. The pi and the ring, because that's what I know is. It's like a ring. The other side is V111. V minus 1. This is the way it goes. There's never 3 of these on the left. They're always on the right. Same with here. There's only 1 on the left, but there's 3 to the right. You're allowed to have 13, but the minute you get 14, you need to put 1 of these in its place. There's a reason. 2,000. If I would go 1,000, 1,000, I would be putting it together as 2,000, 10, and 5, 2015, 55. 13th letter and 13th letter is 26. The 24th letter and 26. The 26 and 24 is 50. Wow, that's the passage. 26, 36, 46, 50. Wow, that's the passage. 55. I can't believe that's 55. There's not only that. Can we just jump off the subject? The letter U circled says parev on the bottom. What rev? What dream? Is it another dream? Is it like the REM? Reverse it backwards. It says ocean in French, and otherwise in French it says mer. It's like all a big dream. It's the REM. It's the REM of everything. How many minutes do we get in REM? How do our sleep work? We've learned pretty much a lot in our life. How in the world can we learn just like that? Just like that. We just like started to learn. I mean, we just started to learn to read and write. Never mind how we learned. So anyways, I'm into right now how many pennies in a penny roll, how many nickels in a nickel roll, how many quarters in a quarter roll, how many dollars in a dollar roll, and now how many toonies in a toonie roll, which is a $2 Canadian, tuna. See Canadian? Dia says day. Ian, what would that say? I-A-N. I do not know. Anne, A-N-A is Anna. Anna and David. Why is it Deanna? It's like divide. Anna, who was it? It was Anna and David. Oh, and Lucas. Lucas Oil. Lucas, put on your hat. Lucas, oh, you fell down. Oh, Lucas is his first time on his bike, and it's a Chevrolet commercial. Then I see my son works for Lucas Entertainment for a little bit. And then I go and I see Lucas Oil. And then all of a sudden, now I'm seeing other things that change. Now it's Gold Bonds, medicated shampoo. And it's number 93. You know, between 39 and 93 is 54, and that's the number for love. They're also using pay 10, man 9. Number 93. Well, if you're going to pay 10 and man 9, you better be singing that new song about the lightning bolt. Because when you like 10 and then 9, you get the lightning bolt. You go, light 10, 9. Poof! The lightning bolt. The same way the Twin Towers went down. The way a lightning bolt comes and hits you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, just like a jet taking off. But if you said a jet taking off, then you couldn't hide it in the words of translation. Mixed up and lost in translation with games people play. I got to 9 minutes, and I remembered. The other things, if you want, give me the news. N-E-W-S. North, east, west, and south. This E-S-T means east in French, as this one. Or you can say asterisk, and this is not the real N to the word east. In north, We have gold, we have time heaven, and we have the passage of the Christ right here on the N. Neutral, it's like where are we going next, this way or that way. It's Rubik's Cube, it's the 14th position. It's also known as the top 9 and 12. It's 21. And then you'd have to count 1, 2, 3, plus 21, plus 3 for the next row is 24, plus 1 in the middle is 25, and then the middle of Rubik's Cube is number 26. And when you get to 26 of Rubik's Cube, the thing about Rubik's Cube, I'm going to try to draw this. Okay, and then I'm going to draw this. If you draw it this way, okay, Rubik's Cube center is number 26, and you have to leap from this one to this one to this one to this one. And you're always leaping, like building a bridge, jumping over from one bridge to the next bridge. This is only partly one way to do it, but I'm just showing you that because the center is 26 and 26, it's also known as 14 center. 14 and 26 is 40. Why? On this side is the 13th, on this side's the 13th, this side's the 13th, this side's the 13th. It depends which highway you take. Oh, no wonder here in Canada we got Highway 13, Highway 50. They run parallel to each other, but they bear off just a little bit different. And by the fact that one goes straight to the U.S., the other one just bears into another highway at the end. And she changes names. 13 changes names, but the 15 goes across to the border onto number 87. So we got Rubik's over here, 622.6. There's other things to get exactly 622.6, which 88 keys is the piano, 62 is the queen, 26 is card. I think game also is 26. Dog is 26. So anyways, we get this together. And did you ever see this? Read me the Patriot Act. We got it down pat, and it's a riot. And in one word, we got patriot, riot, R-O, 2015, right here. Patriot, right at the end is the end of time. When did it start? Pennsylvania. I don't know the rest of the translation of the words. I showed you the T for 2 thing already. Let me turn back a page. Yeah, I showed you the, so I showed you all this, and then at the end we get, again, 7286. Now, how would we actually get 7286? Let me show you. Okay, paper was upside down. We actually have 98 here. 9 times 8, okay, equals 72. Flip it the other way, you got 86. 8 by 6 is 48. And 48 is space. 4 by 8 is 32. 4 and 8 is 12, equals 44 SPACE. Standards and 4 for an angel creation electronic. It means the basics for us, for the needed capacity. Needed capacity. Needed capacity. The other things I didn't do is, in order to get another answer into this, I have to say to myself, do I multiply it? Do I say it also? And multiply in times. Okay, so I have to use one of these words, and it's going to work inside here and do something. I just don't know what it is yet. I mean, tote means to make a place to put a tote bag. And here's the addition or the plus. So we saw, we question ourselves, X, we're allowed 3 before we change. We have to count how many pennies go into a roll. We have to see if it's ever been different before. Oh, the jack. Here's the jack. Do you see it? Here we stand here and here. And we're four parts of us is here. We turn around only on one of these. Okay, this is what I'm assuming in scenario 1. We turn around in one of these, and it takes 4 days to go by before we'll make this thing will turn 4 times, okay, before it comes to the end, and it'll be four separate worlds. We'll be living like a day in this world, a day in this world, a day in this world, and a day, and then a day in this world, and then we come back again as we spin around. If there was, when I was on that radio show, and they were talking about 4 different, I don't know exactly what the word was, This would be the answer, and I couldn't even explain it properly to you. And sorry, I didn't put my eyes into the camera. I was thinking. Sometimes I can't look at you and think of me at the same time, so I can give you some information that you might want to know that's pertinent. Shut up, Ronnie. Explain too much. Just want him to know that I'm on the ball, or maybe I'm on the ball, maybe I'm off the ball. That's why I'm on the ball. So anyways, this spins over here. It goes, somehow this goes around once, and then I'm not sure exactly. I have to sit down and really think. I mean, a guy in science will say, oh no, this is the way it works. Anyways, if this was to turn around once, it would reach here. And it would turn around again, it would reach here. It would turn around again, it would reach here. And it turn around again, it would reach here. Let's start over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has to be done how many times, and then you'll get a number out of it. So this would be like 4 different time zones completely. And that's why we get the wobble, the different sized moons, and et cetera, et cetera. Here's the bridges, right, from here to here, the 2 triangles. And then the rope. They're definite bridges, you know. And from what's up, it could be down. Where is it? I'm trying to figure it out. Let me look at it on this side. Yeah, here. You see that this size here? I mean, it's almost, if it was wider apart. Okay, this would be like the cat, like wearing flowers on your head and walking them in Africa. Okay, I know it's a little weird the way I'm saying certain things. And the word F and AM and FM, okay, I mean, it's right here, AM, FM. Can you see AM, FM? I'm going to go backwards. AM. Can I turn it around while I'm watching? Can I do that? Let me see here. No, this is not it. Oh, here, it's over here. Mirrored. Okay, now I got it mirrored. Okay, look. AM, FM. You see it? A, M, F, M. Why? Why? The question is why? Why AM, FM? Why FEMA? Why that way? Is that one of the reasons they took away the way we control our radio stations, the way we incept them? The antennas are still out there, but we don't get to use them because of all the snow on the screen. Maybe the little boogeyman's going to come in with the snow. Maybe that's no longer snow, but to Neza, that's information. And we had to get out. We had to go cable. We had to go miniature satellite. We had to bring the cell phones in. But somehow, that little antenna that was sitting outside has some kind of vibration in it. And we're not allowed to know. Everything is based on sort of like 351 and some kind of reason. If I can just flip this camera back on. Let me see this camera again. Okay. Okay. See this over here? You count the alphabet. You get all the way up to P. It equals 136. Q, R, S. R is the center one. That means to the front and to the back, this would be 54, 18 average. I mean, you can go any letter. Pick the letter P. The next letter is Q. That means the average is 51. Why? Because either you're naming the first or the last. I don't know what it is, but either you go forward one or backwards one and multiply it by 3. When it's groups of 3s, it'll always give you that average, and the same number is the middle number. Now, because my question is, when you count, I mean, if you say 1, it's the whole 1. If I say 3 times 3 is 9, is that 9? Can I go 9.9? Is 9 all in 9, or it's just 9 and what's before it? And 9.2 would be after 9, and that would be over. Is that it? I mean, you go to the Price is Right, you can't go over 7 1/4, and you get 7.38. Even though it's close to it, you're not allowed to go over. Started with the tote. Grover Cleveland. Oh, I was talking about east and west and north, eh? 14, the complete opposite. South is 19. It's a difference of 5. Maybe just the E world's here. East and west is a difference of 19. The 23rd letter, 2 and 3 is 5. The 5th letter, 5. The 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5. 5, 5, 5, 1. 5 and 1. Everything fits dead center in the circle of life. Because south, you got to drill down. We're going to China, don't forget. In Bugs Bunny, that's what they told us. So let's follow some of the rules they give us. Does it really matter where it comes from? Because sometimes it's a joke, but sometimes it's true. When you go straight into the ocean and keep going, you're not straight in the ocean. You're not going straight to China. Or are you going straight to China? How much of this world is flat? Okay. What is it about this world that tells me Columbus was right? It actually is flat, but it's flat on all sides because it's more rectangular than anything else. And rectangular shows flat because they play hockey on a flat surface, but it's rectangular. How did I do it? It's a flat surface, it's rectangular, and they can skate. Let's see what's next. Yeah, this is the one I didn't finish here. I mean, no, or let's go north, south, east, west. This one says time, heaven, and gold. This one says first or last because it's ST, and west, ST. First or last because either way you go, you're going to run into each other. Here you won't, here you won't. Time, heaven, north, time, heaven, south. UTHSO, which is 19 and 15, which is 34, says 1. NO, which is 29, means the entrance into this world is our birth. We come in from the north. That's what it seems to say over here, unless I got it upside down. But this is like one of the first times I got it. I really get a good hit when I smoke this. It just helps me to just go and do what needs to be done and stop with the Irish type. And let's go on and let's have just a nice Chivas Regal of a time. Anyways, so there's the north-south we did. Give me the news. And I didn't do the number count. And I didn't explain to you, but you see, 50, 140, and 50 if you want to look at it that way. Or look, 4. 1 and a V is a 4. So I still have to unscramble this. Okay? When you add up the whole alphabet, you would get 54 over here, 18, 18, 18, LOVE equals 54, L12, O15, V22, E5. 54 equals 190. Can't be 20. Copper Mountain, be careful. Don't you like that copper look? Copper tone. A new commercial on TV, not sure where or why, but it hasn't been out for many years. Like it's been out, and when it really came out, it was in the 60s, I think. And now they're calling for a new world order, for something new to come in, a new pilot, the matrix change or exchange. And Coppertone comes back just with that cute little girl with the dog pulling on her diaper or her bathing suit. Oh, man. When you had Marlboro signs on the side of the road and a cowboy was smoking a cigarette and he watched the herd. Now we're smoking fucking dogs and we're watching that Monsanto's don't jump into the ghost switch next. You know what that means, ghost switch next? He makes a switch with which he does and what is next is his choice. Tuna means two North Americas. Canada. Dia means day. Aid, A-I-D, aid. And Anna, can, creation. First to 114 is the first part of pi. Which way? This way? This way? This way? Let me show you something. I don't know if I have the design on me. I'm going to try and show you on the Mayan Sanskrit. If you go right down to the bottom, okay, don't forget you can use the words north, south, east, and west. When you go right down to the bottom, you can see two signs that are just sort of like this. It's actually a number 52 because the word 6, S-I-X, is 52. The word earth is 52, 42 and 10 because you start off at 0, 10. So you start 0, 10. So 0, 10 brings you to 1. You're 0, 1, 0. And why it's like that is because you get the spirit inside of you, and it really, without you here and not here, it's really worth nothing. But with you here, you keep it alive in you, so it has, in a way, no value. And if you want to know where the expression, if you want to continue on to study this and think of it, go look up the game Baccarat at the casinos and study how the game works. And I'm quite sure the answer is going to be in this. And also at the same time, you got to understand that 10, 20, 30 are 3 zeros in roulette. 4 zeros are when you play Monopoly. But every time you hit a 0, you jump to another level. 10, 20, 30, 40. T, 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 T. Oh, I see 3 titties, just like they had on the Mars, right? That movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger going to Mars, it was a lady with 3 titties. So you go T, T, T. It's actually an expression of the whole truth or the untruth. 10, 20, 30, 60. 4 corners of the lives. Is that what it is? Anyways, I'm not sure which way to go next. Everybody knows that piano, 24 and 29 equals 53, which is the beta egg, is the reason because both sides are hitting on center C, even though they be the same letter. Anyways, we're going to leave it at this for now. I mean, there's so much. The president's heads, why those 4 heads are there, when they went up. Not only do we have the heads up there, but now we have the guide stones, when the Gildeberg, and so everything has its place. I mean, this is, hey man, let's just build a half a puzzle. When you start, it spreads. It's like a disease. It's fantastic. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Oh my God, I only wanted to do this for 10 minutes. You see what happens? I always screw up. Forgive me. Forgive me. And I got this. Well, it's empty, of course. There's 1 liter in it. It probably costs about $50. And it says from the Chivas. It says from the Chivas Regal. What happens if I turn the picture around? What happens if I mirrored the image? It says La Guerre Savish. Oh my God. The War of China. What does that mean? There's many ways to look at it. Look. Sa-shi. Sashi. Regal Sashi. I don't know, but there's a code somewhere in here for sure. I keep seeing little bits and pieces. Anyways, I gotta go take a shower and contemplate on how this video was. If I had to rate this video, well, it's pretty spotty. But I'll give you a couple of points for trying. And bless all those who reached the end without the bucket. Anyways, Raphael 7286. Thank you for watching.